Wilson and Yonge Street, and it will be a Yonge Street address. 4050 Yonge Street will be the address for the development. There's 2 towers and 2 podiums connecting the building. The smaller, shorter tower is on the east side, which is 14 stories, and the larger is on the west, which is 28 stories. And then you've got a 9-story podium on the north and a 5-story on the south. In terms of the location, one of the great things about our location is the subway. You will have direct access from the building. So the elevator will take you right down to the subway. You don't have to go outside. You don't need a winter coat if you're going to an indoor location like the Path or the Eaton Center, which is quite amazing. Another incredible feature about our location is most of the views are green views, and you'll see to the west of the taller tower, it's all golf course views, which is gorgeous. You'll see a lot of the renderings on the wall as well. Very green views. So the golf course is to the west. The north is all trees as well, so a really beautiful view to the north. So lots of trees, and then you've got Hawks Hollow on the southeast side. So homes, beautiful $3 to $10 million homes, and all greenery, so residential area. And our building also overlooks the building to the east as well, which is the Young North Mill Center, which is great. In terms of sizes, we have studios right up to 3 bedrooms, so we go up to about 1170 square feet. Because of the demand for larger suites, we've combined suites, so we now are a little bit higher in square footage, so we can work with you and your client to create larger indoor spaces. We know that it's an affluent area and people are moving in for themselves, and they are looking for larger spaces, we're finding. So the developer is very accommodating that way, which is wonderful. We take walls down and whatnot, which is great, which is unusual in the industry as well. In terms of amenities, you can see some of the beautiful amenities on the wall renderings. We've got a beautiful pool with canopies and lounge chairs overlooking the golf course. We have golf simulator rooms inside, steam room, infrared sauna. There's so many amenities to name. The developer is a hotelier, one of the largest, actually the largest private hotelier in Canada. So the amenities are very resort-like, very hotel-like. The entrance to the building is a porte cochere, which is a covered entranceway. There is a rendering at the very back, which you will see, which is incredible. So the cars are covered when picking you up. It's a nice roundabout as well. In terms of ceiling heights, we have anywhere from 9 feet right up to 12 feet. The tower from the larger tower, taller tower from 10 to 24 will have 10-foot ceilings, and then 11 foot from 25 to 27 and 12 foot for the penthouse. The smaller tower will have 9 foot up to the 10th floor, 12th floor, sorry, the top 2 floors will be 10 foot. So that's incredible as well, and unusual in the industry as well. Joseph, Val, anything you'd like to add as well that I might have missed?
Sure.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Simrin. Thank you, ReMax Ace. Really appreciate you all coming in. Great news about the Bank of Canada. We're going to see a lot of positive changes in the marketplace coming up very soon. On the note of transit and connectivity, so less than 1% of all buildings do have direct access to the subway. But this isn't just a subway station. This is a subway and a GO bus terminal. And what that means, practically speaking, for your clients that want this to be their home, of course, it's very convenient. I mean, on a Saturday, imagine this. They go across the hall to the elevator, take it down to the P2 level, right down to Eaton Center, right? Grab the subway and go right to Eaton Center, do some shopping, come back. They don't have to go outside at all. So it's really a convenient location for end users. But just to speak about the investors for a moment, we all know that there's an adjustment in the marketplace, and we see it's getting better. Bank of Canada held the rate. But when you're talking to clients who are investors, you really want to drive the point home that, I mean, you can put your money in real estate in Yonge and York Mills, direct access to the subway, a standalone building, green views, most of the 4 sides of the building there, or you can maybe put it on the fringes. You might get some, cheaper properties in different areas, but you're not going to get the same type of return that you are here. And when your client's placing their money in real estate, every dollar counts, and they want to get back the biggest returns. We will have some beautiful retail along Yonge Street, as well as along Wilson Avenue. The developer is very close to securing a very big named restaurant, kind of a high-end upscale one. We can't announce it yet, but that announcement will be coming soon. When that comes, to be quite honest with you, every time the developer makes a big announcement, you usually see demand go up, and what happens to prices? They go up, right? So if you have an opportunity before these announcements and before pricing increases, get your clients in here. One of the best things that we can offer here is kind of what we call white glove service. So if you bring your clients in and you know they're prepared and they're a qualified buyer, you bring them in with their ID and checkbook, we'll take our time, we'll present them different options. If they like it, we're gonna sign them on the spot. We're not gonna send you home to go submit something in a portal. You know, wait 3-4 days, maybe you get an allocation, maybe you don't. We have a special relationship with your brokerage, so this is an exclusive for you guys. We're happy to do that for you. We can sign on the spot. We're open 6 days a week, and we love to help you all, okay? So does anyone have any general questions?
Joseph was talking about the retail space on a street level, but we also have office space on level 2 and level 3. And the Gupta Group, the developer themselves, are moving into the location because they recognize the value of the location. And as you know, in real estate, location is what basically drives prices and makes profit. So their head office right now is located on Steeles Avenue, right a few minutes behind us, but they are moving the headquarters into the location as well. As far as we know, the site got fenced off this week, and then a clearing permit, for example, from City Forestry Department is posted on a door. So they are starting to work on clearing up this site for the construction. The expected occupancy is April 2027. That's on your Terrian warranty papers. So that covers the headquarter move for the developer, so it just shows you that they do recognize the location. I will steal something from Joseph that he usually says, is that we are not commodity project. We are in the same business. We understand pre-construction. You guys understand pre-construction. We all know that every month a new development is launching somewhere else. So whether it's downtown or Yonge and Shepherd or Yonge and Finch or Yonge and Eglinton, it is another condo project on the block. We are not that. We are the condo on the block because there has been no development in over 20 years, and there will be no development because everything else around us is a floodplain. So this is a unique opportunity to own and invest in a project that is very unique, is in very upscale neighborhood. You are surrounded by homes that are in Hogs Hollow, Bedford Park, or Lawrence Park that are like $5-10 million. And there is nothing else coming up. And because of the, I don't want to say the age of the location, but maturity of the location, we have all views are green. Like some of the trees that have been growing there for 30, 40, 50 years are actually covering or, you know, the surrounding, maybe the business center that's on Yonge, north of us and stuff like that. So it is a unique location. It is upscale location. The finishes, as you can see, are also upscale. If you have somebody with $500,000 budget, that obviously may not be the project good fit for them, but there is condo for everybody, and there is on condo for everybody in a different price level. We also have, Susan mentioned the 10-foot ceilings on regular floor levels, which is unheard of. I've never sold, I've been in the business for a long time, but I've never sold projects with 10-foot ceilings on regular floors. So we do offer that in the Park Tower because that's the tower that's overlooking the golf course. And we also have units that have a bay window, which is also very unusual with a window seat. So if it makes it very, very luxurious looking unit. And I think that's about it. Did we forget something? But permission to be rezoned. So the building permits are all in place, Terrian warranty is in place, the HICRA number is in place. So we have a shovel-ready project to sell and to offer to the market. Because these permits were done years ago and they were rezoned for residential because that's what the city wanted and that's what the community wanted. They wanted residential units. We don't need hotel towers, we don't need office, we have plenty, but we need homes for people, right? So I'm sure you know about the number of immigrants who are coming to Canada and most of them end up in Toronto, so we need housing. So it was rezoned for residential, and because of that, of those building permits being secured years ago, the inclusionary zoning does not apply to our project. So first, we don't have to replace any rental units because it's a parking lot. like other projects have to. And then secondary, we will not have any city units because that inclusionary zoning does not apply to us because our building permits were approved years ago before the law came in place. So there is no city units. As any, I think this probably is the last one without the city units of the last development without the city units. Because I launched project in 2018 and we already had to have city units, so this was to our advantage.
One more note in terms of deposit structure. So we have two very attractive deposit structures. One will be a very extended deposit structure, works out to about 15% over a year and a half, final 5 on occupancy. And that's gonna require mortgage pre-approval, which is normal. I mean, that's typical. But we actually have something extra special that you're not gonna find anywhere else. It's a slightly higher deposit structure at 25%, no mortgage pre-approval required at all. So if you have a client that, I mean, some of your clients are business owners, they're self-employed. It's not that they can't get a mortgage, it's gonna take them 3 weeks to call their accountant, get all the information, go to the bank and deal with it. If they don't wanna deal with the headache, pay a little bit extra and don't worry about anything. You do not have to have a mortgage pre-approval in that case. So that's something that is pretty unique. There's also an agent buying program. This is a great site, a great location. We've had several agents already purchase for themselves. So instead of receiving your commission, what you would get is a greater amount, 5% credit on closing. So if you buy personally, as an investment for yourself or as a home for yourself, on closing, you would get a credit of 5% from the purchase price. And that's actually a very powerful marketing tool, because it's very easy for you to go to a client when they're here in the showroom with you, point to a balcony and say, that one's mine. I'm buying that one. I'm a realtor. I know my stuff. I bought here. Where do you think you should buy? So that's a pretty good opportunity for you, because I know, look, we're all agents, we're self-employed. I mean, you need a retirement fund also, so this is a good way to achieve that. Susan, anything else before we take some questions? In the pipeline. So we do, the Gupta Group does have several new developments in the pipeline. We'll name just a few so you can be aware of. They have one coming up at Yonge and Davenport. There will be 2 towers at Yonge and Davenport. There's another one coming up at King and George. King and George is close to George Brown College, but also walking distance to where the new Google headquarters is going to be, with approximately 5,000 employees. So that's in the pipeline. Broadway and Eglinton, right? Right. Broadway and Eglinton, another upscale area as well. And then there's another one on the northwest corner, I believe, of Yonge and Steeles. So that one is coming up. That will be 3 towers, around 1,900 units or so. So our point with this is just to tell you, look, the relationship is us. We want to work with you. We want to work with your brokerage. We want to knock this out of the park and be successful. But we know, as agents, we're always looking for more in the pipeline. So how can we work with Simrin and the rest of the team here to continue to do business? Not just this year at this project, but next year and the other years coming. So Berkshire Hathaway Advisory is the marketing company that's the exclusive listing agent for the Gupta Group for this project. Our president, Jeff Clark, has been in the industry 20 years at the highest level. Of course, Susan has a lot of experience, and Val as well. I'm the junior person on the team with less experience, but I've got some. So maybe we'll open up some general questions and see if anyone, and we'll do our best to answer anything, and if we don't have the answer right away, we'll get back to you on it.
I will just add last note. I was listening to a podcast, and it was basically covering the challenges in the market that we may face right now because of the mortgage rates increases and stuff like that. So the fact that the bank is holding rate today is great. And the podcast was talking about investing and purchasing for a blue chip project at prestige location. And I really like that line. I'm going to use it because we are definitely blue chip project at prestige location. So welcome to Yonge City Square Residences. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone have any questions? I mean, we can certainly take our time and speak with you individually, look at floor plans, look at pricing.
Thank you very much. Enjoy.
Hello team, this is the end of this event, and thanks those who have joined in person, and For those who are watching this, thank you very much. On this project or any new development project, if you need any information such as floor plan, price list, any document, how to fill the worksheet, and the least, if you want to create your own social media video content, please do let me know. I would be happy to help you. My number is 416-830-6878. Do subscribe to this channel. This is an internal channel within our team. So anything which is important, training or event which we have attended, we don't want you to miss. So please do subscribe and let me know how can I help you in any kind of creation, whether it is video or social media posting or posters, anything. So thank you again and talk to you soon.
3.